we're here today because there's some various dodgy companies that think that we can sequester carbon dioxide by dumping toxic waste into the ocean, and that will promote the growth of plankton. And we feel this is potentially incredibly dangerous for ecosystems in the ocean, and also it's not going to work to solve climate change. There's no proof that this actually does sequester carbon dioxide, and it's also potentially dangerous to the economies of the local people who depend on the seas for fishing.
So what about the companies applying for carbon credits for these schemes?
Well, yeah, it's a big scam. The whole thing's a big scam. All the companies just want to make money off the carbon market. They're essentially trying to profit from climate change, and we're here to say you're not going to get away with doing that.
What about the rumours that they might be trying to get fishing rights over some of the resultant protein from the plankton?
Well, one of the companies, the Ocean Nourishment Corporation, is planning to seed the seas around the Philippines with urea, which has been synthesised from natural gas, and they're hoping that they'll be able to get rights to the fish that grow as a result of the plankton blooms, and that this is basically stealing money off local people in developing countries.
Well, with the London Convention meeting to discuss the various issues, obviously, of which just one was the ocean seeding, it's important that we get in early in the process and show that there is concern from the wider public, and to just be a presence to put to just encourage them to vote it down, really, and in particular just to highlight the the quick fix solutions that are going on and how dangerous they are.
So, we managed to get an invite into the meeting, which was an extremely plush slap-up lunch for some of the delegates. And Climos gave a presentation on their plans, and also we're looking at some of the criticisms of the plans. They had a couple of independent scientists come and give their opinions, but what they seemed to be basically saying was that they don't have enough evidence from all the previous small-scale experiments to base any information to really know what's going on. So we should just go ahead and do the big ones anyway, because we're not going to learn enough from small experiments, which really doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, well, we'll just do it to see what happens. So I don't think many people in the room were feeling very reassured. The delegates asked a lot of really good questions, and nobody seemed particularly positive about it, and seemed quite concerned about it. And yeah, at the end of the meeting, where you expect people to give a nice round of applause at the presentation, people just kind of filtered out. So we can see what comes out of the meeting later today, but I certainly didn't get the feeling that there was a lot of support for what's going on. So hopefully the London Convention are going to keep up their concerns about the project and have a halt on it. So what was the response of the delegates coming out of Climos' presentation?
Well, the one I spoke to, who was just going back into the Maritime Convention, he said that they agreed with what we were saying, and they obviously weren't very interested in what Climos was saying at all. They didn't believe him, I don't think. So